Pero seguir batallando, cuidado, y salta cuando toca. ¡Sí! ¿Qué pasa acá? La foto está, viene dando el pantalón encima del otro.
Nouns are coming in with speed with that smoke up. And Dutcho in the front stall. We also been spotted out. Metamorph, 10 more seconds is required. Hector diving straight in. Lund trying to buy some time. Gets the route out onto the left track. But the BKB popped. He's already moving away. Moo giving some vision with the Stark Ascension. Hector coming up the other side. They're all stuck. They're all being sandwiched on the edge of the earth. But can they get these kills on the side on Nouns? They've gotten 3. They're taking a 4th. And down to the Terrorblade. He's gone as well. Clean wipe. With nobody dying, flawless victory in that fight for Nouns. Just sandwiched into such a small area. What can you do?
Nothing really. This Naga just ran into 5 heroes, right? And they used everything on the Naga. They used everything they could. They used the Starbreaker, they used the Sleight of Fist, they used the Tombstone, Fade Bolt, and that was pretty much all they have for Naga right now. And Hector, he doesn't care. He just ran into 5 heroes knowing that he is super strong. You're going to see in a replay here. I specifically want to just watch what Hector's doing at some point here. He's in there. They're using everything on Hector. He's not taking any damage. No damage whatsoever. They killed his illusions, but his hero's still at like 90% health. The only damage they do in that fight is a Sunder on top of Gunner. And that's the best they can really muster out. This Naga has hit critical mass. And maybe they'll have a chance some point later against this Naga, but it's going to be a while. And I don't know if that's time they have, because they're living on borrowed time right now.
And that certainly is the case. As Gunner finishing them off one by one.
Hector is allowing them to stay in this game for a few minutes longer until he decides they have to leave.
Gunner into the base with his nihilism. Will take 0 hits from the fountain. Getting himself an Ultra, looking for the Rampage, but there's a BKB Dutcho he cannot kill with spells, and he might just take the Terrorblade. Might as well. Let's do it in fashion. 1 Rampage, 2 Rampage, and GG is called. He still wants to find Dutcho. He's like, I want all of you right now. Get over here. They found him. Can they get him before the Ancient destroyed? Hector finishes off the godlike spree. It's not a triple Rampage, but it's more than just a statement here. Nouns take the victory.
It looked a little scary, and this Nouns is undoubtedly a little shaky, right? This did go to 3 games. We didn't really expect that so much. This game number 3 looked a little bit scary at the beginning of the game, but they pulled it back together. They showed that they're a tier 1 team when things are going their way. They just need to be able to find when things are not going their way, how to rebound quicker, and ideally prevent it from happening to begin with. But every team's going to have its hardships, for sure. But at the end of the day, they got their W, and that is what matters. And I will say, Sand King Gilmas, they're not looking too bad. I was expecting this to be more one-sided going into this, but it was a very competitive series, and I think they have a good chance going to that lower bracket to contend against a lot of the teams that they will meet down there.
And a lot of things were corrected from the side of Nouns. I think already looking at how much damage they were dealing in game number 2, nothing wasn't really working in their favor. Nothing wasn't working out. This third game, it started off them being slightly behind. You could even put that way. Terrorblade was 2K, 2.5K net worth.
Oh, they definitely were. Yeah.
The Naga. And it all came down to that one big rotation where Moo was mustering the troops. Let's charge into mid under the cover of darkness. Try to get something done here in mid. And it wasn't just something. It was actually 5 kills and a tower that they got. Basically, Rubik dying twice, so nearly a team wipe. Only the Terrorblade survived. But then that led into another fight, which they were also successful in, getting 3 or 4 kills, maybe losing Gunner. That's all that they lost. And you're at a point where, well, we got a Terrorblade, but it's not the Terrorblade, basically. It's not the scary thing in the world that's going to destroy and dismantle our opponents. It's strong, sure, but the opponent now has like 3 or 4 heroes that are stronger than us. Their Coddle is going past our Ember Spirit in net worth. But
it's
like
a bad carry-to-carry matchup. It's like PL and Augur, the 2 matchups that TV just can't man fight against. And there's not many of those matchups TB can't man fight. It's pretty much just those two. And that's why they valued the Naga so high, even though they gave Sanking Gomez that last pick counter pick. Because they know they wanted to have the carry matchup for Hector himself to be able to be confident to that late game.
And that's something that Sanking Gomez, maybe they ran out of steam a bit. Weren't quite sure about what to do with that mid-fight. Maybe things were falling apart a little bit there. But Lund was having a really good start for the game of the Ember Spirit, but not quite enough. However, like you said, I totally agree. This was not a punching bag team that Nouns was playing against. This did go to 3 games, and the third game also started off with their opponents basically in the lead, which they were able to then corral back to themselves. And as the more experienced teams show how they can always win these series, how they always end up in the top 3 of North America, and how last time they went into the major and now look themselves towards TI. It's not a TI victory yet, though, but basically the journey has begun with this win and advancing to the next round.